Okay, here with Dean Frost at a cold Wadham Road. It was always a tough task before the game. What was your thoughts on the defeat, though?
We knew before it was going to be tough. I've watched them all this week. Got a bit of everything in all areas of the park. They're strong at the back, strong runners through the midfield, and got some good players that can get on the ball. And then they've got a forward who's scoring lots of goals at the moment. So I knew it's going to be tough, but again, we just said in there the goals that we conceded. I think they're avoidable. We've got the ball out in wide areas in terms of keeping them out there. And then first half we've got them right on the touchline, and I think we've allowed two crosses to come in far too easy. Look, there's no doubt they dominated spells of the game, but as the game grew on second half, we showed that there are some good players in. We obviously very clearly lack a little bit in that final third to put some chance away for the crosses. So 3 or 4 crosses we put in. We got in behind them a couple of times, but whether that's because they're 2-0 up and they step off, but I thought we certainly showed some character. But yeah, I think they deserve to win it. But I think we showed some balls and some character.
How did you set up today differently? Because obviously you say you've watched them all week.
Yeah, I really found Naughty's come in for 3 games now, and he's done very, very well. And I wanted to find a place for him in the side, which I deemed as putting round pegs in squares, so square pegs in round holes, whatever you want to. And but I wanted a bit. I knew they'd be strong, so I wanted Naughty in there to match them physically. Probably didn't start so great, but as the game got on, just before we subbed him, he started to grow in the game, get stronger. We were sort of humming and ahhing because he's just started to break in the box a little bit. So yeah, I set up a 4-3-3. Just what I needed. Wanted Joan Ferrer on the field. I think he does better deeper, grew into the game. I just changed it. I'm looking for right characters to be around on the pitch because we need to dig out results. So, element of the players that I pick, I want to know that I've got good, strong, mentally strong players that can tough this last 14 games out.
Did you look at Danny Wright for Cheltenham today and think we need someone like that in our team today?
I think we just said in the dressing room, just like between me and Ash, we just said if we had a focal point, maybe Danny Wright or just a strong target man, it just maybe allows us as a team to join. We're always hoping for things in behind, and it sticks for Sarr. And it probably, again, I've mentioned it before, Sarr's competing with 2 6'4" centre halves who's expected to back in. Probably not ideal. So yeah, we even need a real focal point as a target man that we can join. It sticks to him and we can join, or a number 10 in a sort of someone that can pick it up and again allow us to team to join. We seem to be just a little bit too far away from the midfield to front man. We're a little bit far away, but.
Loan window's opening, or he's open. Are you still looking? Are you on the lookout?
Yeah, something I have to think about. I think we've got 5 on loan, but I have to think about it very, very strongly. It's in my mind, and if I think it's right to act, and there's a few players I want in the loan window that they was all 10 to 14 days away. I may ring their clubs now and see if they're available. But the problem is I can only name 5 in the squad. Yep. So. Goalkeeper left back is in force. James Ferry's now done well again today, in my opinion. Grew into the game, and yet I may have to look at that.
Do you feel the team is gelling nicely at the moment? Because obviously you touched on it, that you see individually there's some good players. Is it about them coming together now?
Yeah, it's difficult because Louis made 2 or 3 signs before we just got here, and then I made 3 or 4 additions. So all of a sudden you've got 7 new players in a very short space of time. So it makes it very difficult to gel and to get. People want to get to know what's each other's games. Whether a fullback gets on, a forward's a target man, it can stick, or a forward man can run in behind. So yeah, everyone needs to get to know each other's game. I think. Half-hour spell after they scored their second, I think we showed we have gelled a little bit. I think it's very clear we need we need some threat in the final third, and yeah, something that probably should have been addressed a long time ago.
Just squad-wise, no Sam Corn in the squad and no Xavier Vidal as well. Just explain those.
Sam Corn is just still feeling his knee, so he might have to train once a week and then now just play, and we'll have to get him through the season. And Vidal, it was a tough one. I had two places over. He started 3. I made my explanation to Zav. He was disappointed, and I want him to be disappointed. But I think, yeah, it would have been a tough game. It was fast paced. It was quite brutal. They're quite strong. They're quite powerful. And I opted to go for I thought like Naughty as an extra physical presence. Yeah, and he was just one. And Reece missed out last week. He's reacted in the right way training. Very close between him and Michael Bakari, and maybe Luke Winadio as well. So yeah, there's the problem is the further from bottom of the league. I think only 5 or 6 players have nailed their position. There's 5 positions up for grabs, and normally at most clubs you'll have 7 and 8s are already named nigh on, and 3 fighting for 3 different positions. We don't have enough clear starters, and that's reflective in our position in the league. So,
and just lastly, obviously, I don't think our league status is going to be defined by today. It might be defined by how we get on at home. We've got a couple of home games coming up now. What's your thoughts on?
Well, look, I don't want to hammer players. I'm not in a position. There's no value in me hammering that group of players. They give everything they got today. They showed in little spells that they're okay. It's very clear where we need to strengthen. I've just set them a challenge now of a certain amount of wins. I think going back 4 games when I first come in, I think you see the reaction of the lads when we got a draw at Halifax. There was a feel they need 1 win, just to lift them. Have a feel-good factor. The phrase is winning's a habit, losing's a habit. There's an habit in the dressing room of just not winning. We've had some draws recently. So I've set them a challenge. I've told them what good players they are. Going again back to what I've said before. Do some of the ugly things that, again, Cheltenham do well. If we can do that early in the game, restrict them from not crossing when they're right on the byline, and in each half, we deal with that. And actually, you're not going to come to Wadham Road against a team at the top and not have shots and crosses put in your box and a bit of pressure. And I think we dealt with some pressure quite well. And actually, they should have probably scored that. They had better opportunities, and the 2 we've given away were soft opportunities. In my opinion, were soft opportunities. But look, we need to be upbeat. We need to be lifted. There's no, I do, Ash does, JT does, and all at the club, and all the players. We need to, head up, chest back, and I've told them, be disappointed for an hour, but we've got to go again Tuesday, train Tuesday, and prepare for a home game next week where it's going to be tough, but it's winnable. We've shown in spells that we can play, but we need to be a bit more intense, a bit more disciplined, and more desiring our defending, and a bit more clinical up the other end. And maybe people just throwing themselves in, diving headers, throwing themselves in to get that 1 goal that might set us on our way.
Brilliant, Frosty. Cheers. Thank you very much.